Hello, dear students, and welcome to our session today. With you today, Ms. Wafa Hassoub, and inshallah, we will continue our sessions about programming and artificial intelligence. And today, inshallah, we will start your wonderful platform, Qureo platform. So be with me, please, to know how to go through this platform. Okay, as we explained before, you have your ID, you have your password, and of course, you know the electronic library that follows the instructions of MOE or Ministry of Education. You can go through it, enter to Courier platform, and whenever you enter it, you will find this page in front of you. So from the beginning, you will find here Squire Diamonds. That means that whenever you end a chapter and answer the review, you will earn diamonds. Okay? And these are the number of completed chapters. And as you can see here, we have a link or an icon says Open Freely Editor. Open Freely Editor means that whatever you learn here from coding, whether it's JavaScript, CSS, or HTML, you can practice it here freely. So these are the lessons, and here you can practice whatever programming you learned from Qureo platform. Okay, so let's start together. And these are the chapters as we explained before. So we will start with the introduction. The introduction, as you can see here, has 6 lessons and a review at the end. So, starting with what's programming. We told you before that we have 2 characters. This is Cody, and he represents a platform. And the other personality here, or the other person that we have, this is Rick or Ricky, and he represents you as a student. Okay? We told you before that each chapter has lessons inside. And at the end of all the lessons, you will find a review. Each lesson will start with key points of the lesson. It tells you all the lesson is about what. So for lesson 1 in chapter 1 introduction, we have the key points, what you can do with programming. So Cody will teach you what programming is and what can you do with it. So look here. We have a video for you and I want you to watch it. So these are the 2 characters that I told you about. This is Cody, the one who will teach you, and this is Rick that represents you. You will be learning, okay, JavaScript through the chapters. And this is the key points for the lesson. Well, this video summarizes all the chapters all about what exactly. As you already know, that Qureo platforms takes you step by step in a wonderful way, in a journey, wonderful journey to learn programming. So whenever you end a lesson, you will earn jewels or you will earn diamonds. So here are the characters of the whole chapters or Qureo platform. So this is Cody, your teacher. He's the teacher who will teach you, and Rick, the programming. He seems to create various games and apps. Well, he is a clever character. He creates so many things, and he will teach you how to do such things. And the student here is Rick. He's a friend who learns programming with you. He's mood maker who likes to play games, as all of us do. Well, look here. We have here Rick says, and he's talking to you. Hey there, what do you want to do today? And he looks enthusiastic. He looks very happy and says, I heard that you got a brand new computer. It seems like there's a really popular PC game going around, so let's try playing it. So he's talking to you as a student. He's asking you, or he had an idea, he had a note, told him that you bought a laptop or a computer. So he's telling you, oh, I heard that you got a brand new computer. We can play games on it. Now we have question. So this question is for you to answer. Join Reg. Do you want to join Reg for conversation and answer Reg's questions? Let's play on the computer later. Do you want to play with Reg and Cody and know everything about the platform, or you don't want to play? Well, whenever games mentioned, I think we all are in. So we want to play, of course. And whether you answered I want to play or I don't want to play, this chapter or the lesson will continue teaching you. Okay? So it doesn't matter saying I want to play or I don't want to play. What matters is the word next or the icon that says next. So when we answered the questions, okay, another part of the lesson opened for you. So here is we have Rick says, oh, all right, let's do it. But how do we even play it? How can we play the game? He's asking you as a student. Now we have here Cody. He interpreted with us and he is saying, you too. He is talking to Rick and you, Dearson. He's saying, you two seem to be having a lot of fun. What are you two having so much fun talking about? Well, Rick answered, oh, Cody, good timing. We're talking about playing a game on the computer, but we don't know how to get started. So, Rick and you don't know how to play the game. So you are asking for Cody's help. And Cody here says, you both love that game, but since you got a new computer, a new PC, how about not just playing games, but making one instead? So Cody here starts to teach you not only playing games, but making it, creating a game for your own. So here's Rick is in shock. He says, what? Making a game? Can we do it? Can we do that? And Rick looks here enthusiastic and says, you can make games by programming on your computer. I have made games myself, so I'll show you. So look here, here's a video for a game that was created by Cody or created by programming. Let's check it with each other. Look here. This look like a snake. It eats and grow larger wherever it eats things in here. So when it eats something, it goes larger and larger and more. So you can create game like this and it extracts the results at the end. Okay? This is some kind of a game. You can create things like this by programming. Look here. Rick is astonished. He says, wow, that's great. We want to make one tool, but isn't programming difficult? Well, plenty of you says all the time that programming is hard. We can't learn it. It's really difficult. And here's Ricky says like you exactly. Look what Cody says. Well, some parts are difficult, but it's okay. If you start with the easy parts, it's a lot of fun. So let's do it together. By the way, if you can do programming, you can make not only games, but you can also make a lot of other things. So, not only games you can create it. And here's Rick asking, oh, other things? Hmm, like what, for example? And Cody says, you know, that cafe that recently opened in front of the station? Well, actually, I also created the website of that cafe. So by programming, you can create games and websites. Check here. So this is a sample for what you can create with programming. So look here to the website. It's divided into sections, and each section has photos with the information and a clickable icon that can move you to or direct you to another link or another page. So you can create things like this. Wonderful, right? Okay, so Rick here, oh, he can't believe that. He says, what? Cody made that store website? You did it yourself? That's amazing. I wonder if I can make my own website too. Well, can you? Yes, you do. Yes, you can by programming. So Cody here says it's good that you have something you want to make. When you can program, you can even make things like this. Not only games, not only websites, but also you can create apps by programming. Look here. So you can create a program that sends messages to your friends, and whenever your friend gives you a reply, okay, you can send them more and more and send emojis and texts, videos, voices, and so on. So you can create apps like this. Isn't it wonderful? And here Rick looks amazed. He says, what? A chat app? I use one every day. I can't believe we can make something like that. Programming is amazing. And Cody here says, are you starting to get a little interested? Well, I'll teach you. And we will learn how to program together and make all kinds of things. So you will learn, dear students, to create games, programs, websites, apps, and so on. Plenty of things. Just be with us and you will learn everything, inshallah. So here is Rick says, yes, I like that, Cody. I look forward to learning how to program with you. So this is the summary for lesson one. Learning programming will enable you to create games, websites, and application and plenty more things. So remember these informations because you have your toughest demo exam and your toughest regional exam that you may have questions like this. Okay? You may have a question says like this. Programming will enable you to create and gives you choices. So it can create games, websites, application, and so on. Okay? Continue to check the key points, and we already answered it. Says, let's recap what you have learned in this lesson. Check the items below and click the Got It button. So, programming allows you to create, do you remember? Yes, it allows you to create games, websites, and apps, and of course, many, many more things. Continue to the next lesson. So, the next lesson or lesson 2, the key points of the lesson, things that we will learn. What programming, things that work with programming, and types of programming language. So we will learn 3 things in this lesson. What's programming? And things that work with programming, and we will learn or know the types of programming languages. So be with me to know them. So we have here Cody, as usual. He is the main character of the platform. He says, now, before we start programming, first, a quiz to get you ready. So he's making quizzes with you. And Rick here looks upset. Oh, I don't know anything yet, but I wonder if I can answer the questions. And here's Cody says, now, the first question for you. What exactly is programming? What do you think, dear students? What's programming? What's it about? We have here Rick. Well, he is thinking, well, you said earlier that you can create games and apps through programming, right? So he remembered the previous lesson. Well, oh, come to think of it, there may have been times in school when we put blocks together to make games or move robots. So was that programming too? So he is asking now, he is thinking about things that he usually or used to do at school, like putting blocks together, okay, to move robots or to make games and so on. So was it programming too? And Cody says, oh, you have done some programming, exactly. So programming simply means giving instructions to computer. So this is programming. It means that you give instructions to the computer to create or to do things. البرمجة عبارة عن إن أنا بدي تعليمات للكمبيوتر علشان يعمل بيه أو يقدر إن هو ينفذ لي الأوامر اللي أنا بديها له. So think of it like writing an instruction manual that use special words that computers can understand. So listen carefully. The instructions that you give to computers, it's not with our ordinary language, not in English, not in Arabic, but with a special language. في لغة خاصة بيفهمها الكمبيوتر. So think of it like writing an instruction manual that use special words that computers can understand, called programming languages. To give instructions to the computer, these instructions are called a program. So concentrate. في عندنا معلومتين مهمين جدا جدا. We have 2 main important informations, which are first, programming means giving instructions to computers. Programming means giving instructions to computers, okay? By special language, which is programming language. علشان ندي معلومات للكمبيوتر أو ندي تعليمات للكمبيوتر لازم يكون بلغة خاصة بتسمى لغات البرمجة. And the instruction that you give is called program. أي تعليمات أنت بتديها بلغة البرمجة بيطلق عليها اسم برنامج أو the word program. So what's programming here? Programming means creating instructions for a computer. Creating instruction. And these instructions, we call them program. Okay? We name them program. So here is, we have Rick here. He is a human, okay, creating a program. Creating program here means he is giving instructions to the computer. He is creating an order, okay, for the computer to do. And computer understands not our words, not our language, but he understands special language, which we call programming languages. And when we give them, or when we give the computer the order or the program, computers execute orders. Okay, computer executes these orders. And after that, this is the executed order itself. The computer reads the program. Hope you, inshallah, got all these instructions, all the information. So here we have Rick. He says, well, if I write a program, can I make a computer work? Does it mean that the robot moved because I wrote a program and told it to move? And here is Cody says, exactly. The robot also had a computer inside it. So you give instructions to that computer, or in other words, you wrote a program that made the robot move. So when we make or we want to make the robot moves, we write some special words to the computer. We want this robot to move, okay, but in the programming language. And computer read these instructions and tries to execute it, tries to do these instructions. So he makes the robot move. Okay? Now, for the second question. So, first thing is programming means giving instructions to computers to execute. These instructions are in programming language. These instructions, we call them program. The second question from Cody says, there are loads of things that are controlled by programming. Not just robots. What do you think they are? So we have plenty of things around us that's controlled by programming. Like, and he is asking you and Rick. So here's Ricky thinking, well, you mean something that has a computer in it? What could it be? So he doesn't know. Do you know, dear student? Well, here's Cody says, in fact, many of the products around us, such as computers, home appliances, and automobiles, are programmed. So cars have computer inside it. Okay? Look here. So these are familiar objects in which programs are used, like cars, mobile phones, okay? And of course, you have other machines like computers, like screens, so many things around you that's controlled by computers and have programs inside it. And I think your parents, especially your mom, your sister, may you heard the word programs in the washing machine. يمكن سمعنا اكتر من مرة مثلا ماما او اختك بتتكلم كده على الغسالة ان انا هظبط برنامج الغسيل فيها. So we here give instructions to the washing machine to clean or wash your clothes according to a program inside it. So various products around us are controlled by programs. And here is Rick is really enthusiastic. He says, wow, programming is used in our daily lives, isn't it? And Cody here answers, that's right. That's how various products and services are created and society is made convenient. Well, now the final question. So we have a final question. Remember, there is plenty of things around us, okay, controlled by computers and has programs or have programs inside it, like mobile phones, washing machines, okay, washing dishes, or dish machines, so cars, computer itself, and so on. So now the final question. We talked about programming, using a programming language, a special language that computers can understand. How many programming languages are there in the world? What do you think, dear students? How many programming languages? Is it 3, 10, 100, or what? Let's see, Rick. Well, Rick doesn't know. Well, what? There's more than one programming language? Hmm, I don't know. Can you answer it for me? So can you give him the answer, dear student? What do you think? Is it 3 types, 10 types, or more than 100 types of programming languages? Well, me, Adwafa, I think there's more than 100 types. Do you agree? Let's check it together. When we click next, okay, the part or the next part, the next section of this lesson will continue and proceed. So we have break here. Oh, more than 100 types? I can't remember that many. Cody, there's no way it's really 100. So he saw our answer and he is wondering, well, is it right that we have more than 100 types? And we have Cody who says, oh, the correct answer is more than 100 programming languages. So this may come to you in your toughest exam. So please remember these informations. How many programming languages do we have? More than 100. More than 100 language. Okay, continue with the lesson. We have here what? That many? I'm going to have to learn more than 100 programming languages to make games and other works. And Cody says, don't worry, because we will be learning about 3 different programming languages together. So, dear students, we will learn 3 different languages of programming. It's HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So these are 3 different types of programming languages. هنتعلم كده 3 لغات برمجة إن شاء الله. HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And Cody, he's wondering, well, why do we use 3 different types? Why do we have to learn these 3 different types? Can't we learn only one? And Cody answers, well, different programming languages are good at different things. Therefore, we use a combination of them. Check here, dear students. Why do we have to learn the three types of programming languages? Because if you want, for example, we want to build a website. So using HTML, it builds a framework. HTML بتبني لي الأساس. بتبني لي الأساس بتاع يعني for example مثلا سواء كان ويب سايت أو app أو whatever. CSS creates appearance. So it creates a design for your website or your app. And JavaScript creates the movement. It makes the icons, okay, move or go to another page or load things and so on. So that's why we need the three of them. HTML بتنشئ لي الأساسيات الخاصة بالموقع أو الخاصة بالحاجة اللي أنا هعملها. CSS بتديني المظهر وبتخليني إن أنا أصمم المظهر بتاعه بشكل يعني احترافي أكتر. جافا سكريبت بقى هي اللي بتبتدي تديلي حيوية تديلي حياة للموقع اللي أنا هنشئه أو للشيء اللي أنا هنشئه. So that's why we need to learn the three of them. HTML is markup language and CSS is a style sheet language, which are not included in programming languages. Continue, and here we have Ricky says, oh, I see that each of the three languages has its own rule to play. I can't wait to write my own programs. And Cody here tells, slow down, please. Be patient. Not so fast. Let's start by learning JavaScript in the next lesson. So we will start with JavaScript. It's not hard, it's pretty easy for you, dears. Don't worry, inshallah. So Rick here said, JavaScript, hey, all right, I'll do my best. And this is the summary for this lesson. This is lesson number 2. It says, programming means creating instruction to a computer. A program or programs are used in a wide variety of products around us, such as computers, home appliances like washing machines, like dishes machines, and so on, and automobiles. There are more than 100 programming languages, and here you will learn three types. We will learn three types: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Are you ready for the next lesson? Okay, but before we need to check the key points. So let's recap what you have learned in this lesson. Check the items below and click the Got It button. Programming عبارة عن giving instruction to computers. إن إحنا بندي أوامر للكمبيوتر، بنديله تعليمات عشان ينفذها. Programs run the various products that surround us, such as personal computers, home appliances, and automobiles. التعليمات اللي احنا او الاوامر اللي احنا بنديها للكمبيوتر بيبقى بيطلق عليها اسم او كلمة بروجرام او برنامج، والبرنامج ده بيكون موجود في عديد من الاجهزة حوالينا زي بعض الاجهزة المنزلية او الكمبيوترات الخاصة بينا او حتى موجودة في السيارات حوالينا. There are more than 100 different programming languages, and here we will learn three of them: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay, so moving to the next lesson. It's lesson 3, and we will have the key points of this lesson. So about text editors, هنتعلم كده في الدرس ده عندنا text editors and how to type into text editor. يبقى هناخد ايه هو text editor وكمان ازاي ان احنا نكتب بداخله. So be with me please. And here is our beautiful character Cody. So Cody here says, I hope you now have some idea of what programming is all about. And Rick says, yeah, I'm starting to understand it somewhat. I can't wait to try programming. Well, let's write a program. يلا بينا كده مع بعض هنكتب بروجرام سويا. So, programs are typed on this black screen. So, to write a program to give instructions to computers, we need this black screen. And the black screen is called a text editor. Text editor. يبقى احنا الشاشة السوداء اللي احنا هنكتب فيها دايما بدءا من النهاردة ان شاء الله اسمها text editor واللي اختصارا كده is called an editor. يبقى الشاشة دي عندنا اسمها editor for short. So you will use it often from now on. So please keep it in mind. Let's start by typing hello into the editor. يلا بينا كده نكتب hello مع بعض. Well, as you can see that here Rick wrote hello, but in our language Hello, and he is happy. Done, I finished it. And Cody here says, okay, but if you just write ordinary characters, the computers won't understand them. لو احنا كتبنا بالكلام العادي بتاعنا الكمبيوتر مش هيفهم. So next time, write it like this. Look here, dear students. This is the way that we need to write it to the editor here. So let's try entering it like this next time, inshallah. JavaScript, okay? To make the computer understand the order of the character, we need to write console and write dot and the word log. Console.log, okay? It gives the computer the instructions that understand what in between here, the brackets. So, console.log, and after that, we will open here, okay, the parentheses, and write hello between two quotation marks. And we will end it, don't forget, we will end it with what? Semicolon. So let's continue here together. How to copy and paste text. First, he will write, okay, this code for us, or he will write this program for us. And we want to write the word hello. So in order to not make a mistake, you can copy it. Click here to copy the word hello. So first, okay, if you want to type into the editor, write this exact same program. And how to copy text, click on the copy icon and click here in between, okay, in between, look here, in between the two quotation marks, and after that click paste. If you are working through your computer, you will click here by your computer, you will click here copy, and after that you will click in between here and press Ctrl and letter V. يعني احنا لو شغالين من الكمبيوتر عندنا بنضغط كده ما بين علامتين التنصيص، ومن زراير الكمبيوتر بنضغط زرار Ctrl ومعاه زرار حرف ال V in English. Okay, together. To paste what you have copied. عشان نلزق أو نضيف هنا الكلام اللي احنا نسخناه. So look here Press the Ctrl plus V key to paste. Let's try together. Be with me, please. So we want here, this is the editor. الشاشة السوداء اللي هنا اللي احنا هنكتب فيها اسمها editor أو text editor. And here, this screen here is the console. Okay? This is the console. So we want to write this program. This is a program. This is the instructions. دي بالظبط التعليمات اللي احنا هنديها للكمبيوتر. بنقول له لو سمحت كده اكتب لنا كلمة hello. So in order to write it, he already wrote console.log. So we will click here. No, this is not correct. In between. Exactly. Can you see it? So in between, and we will copy it. We will click here. So it's already copied now. We copied the word hello, and we will go in between the two inverted comma, the two quotation marks, and I'll click from the keyboard. Okay, Control and letter V. So here we have the word hello, copied from here. And after that, we will scroll down and click run code علشان نعرف هو الكمبيوتر هنا هينفذ لنا كلمة hello هنا هتطبع أو لأ. We need to click run code. لو كان في أي حاجة غلط ممكن نقول reset the code ونكتب تاني عادي مفيش أي مشكلة. Okay, so let's click run code and here, wonderful, great. So you typed here hello for the first time. You wrote your first program. Wonderful and congratulations. So here is Rick said the word hello appeared on the screen. And Cody is enthusiastic. He is really happy. He says perfect. This part written in English and with symbols is the part written in the programming language. So الجزء اللي احنا كتبناه console.log اوكي مع البراكتس اللي احنا فتحناها فده اسمها ايه بقى؟ اسمها programming language. دي اللغة اللي بيفهمها الكمبيوتر. If we don't write it in a programming language, the computer can't understand our instructions. And here's Rick says, oh, you know, that special language that computers can understand that we learned in the last lesson. And Cody says, next time you can type it all up yourself. So now we will write it by our own, on our own, okay? So let's write it together. We want to, okay, write good morning. So we want the computer to display here good morning. I know it's evening now, but it's okay. So we want you to write the program like this, console.log, and open the brackets here and write good morning, okay, between the two quotation marks. And don't forget to end it with the semicolon. By the way, semicolon here means this is the end of the line. Exactly like the dot when you end your words or when you end a sentence. عارفين بالظبط عندنا في الانجليش لما الجملة عندنا بتنتهي بنعرف ازاي ان الجملة انتهت. We ended with a dot. exactly here's the semicolon. السيميكولون عندنا بالنسبة للبروجرامينج أو بالنسبة للغة البرمجة في جافا سكريبت بتعني إن أنا السطر ده انتهى عندي. So we can delete it. يعني احنا ممكن فعلا ممكن احنا ما نكتبهاش وعادي ويبقى كود البرمجة صحيح. But it's يعني perfect or something better for you to do. من الأفضل ليك to know the end of your lines. Okay? So if you wrote well a large code, a huge one, this is the end of this line and this is the end of the third, the fourth, and so on. So it's recommended for you to write the semicolon at the end of a program. Hope you got it, inshallah. So let's write our first code for the first time. So we want to write, okay, good morning according to what he wrote here. Exactly the same. So we will copy the word good morning and we will click here. And in English we will write, so it's Arabic, okay, no, still English, huh? Now it's English. Okay. So let's continue. Console. And don't forget dot log. So when you write it correctly, it will move into blue. The color will change. نخلي بالنا كده ان الانستراكشنز عندي console.log will be in blue. لو انا ما لقيتهاش باللون ده اعرف ان انت في حرف خطأ او انت في حرف نسيته. Okay, so this is console.log. Okay, after that we will open. Exactly. ومن ضمن الجمال بتاع البرمجة ان انا وقت ما انا بعمل القوس التاني بيتضاف تلقائي. Exactly بالظبط زيها هيكون عندنا quotation marks. So after that we will put here the quotation marks, and as you can see that we have both of them. هنلاحظ كده ان الاتنين موجودين. So now all you have to do is paste the word good morning. How can we paste it? Do you remember? Wonderful, exactly. Control and V from your computer. So we end it. No, we still have something we didn't put. We didn't type. It's the semicolon at the end. So we write it here. Look here, it looks perfect. Now scroll down and let's check it together. Do you think the word good morning will be here, will be displayed or not? Let's see it together. Run code. Great. So we want you all to practice writing your first program, please. And let's continue together. And here's Ricky. He is happy. He's proud of himself. He says, done. It says good morning. And Cody is proud of us. He says, perfect. Typing characters and symbols may be difficult at first, but you will gradually get used to it. In the next lesson, we will discuss the program we just wrote in a little more detail. So to recap this lesson, this is a summary for it. So the editor can also be used to write programs. Programming or writing in programming languages, not in ordinary letters. Like we have here, console.log. This is what JavaScript, the language of JavaScript, understands. And continue with check the key points. Let's recap what you have learned in this lesson. Check the items below and click the Got It button. So the place where you write your program is called a text editor, or for short, or in short, it's editor. So this is right. Programs are written in programming languages, not in ordinary characters, and this is correct too. Well, continue to the next lesson. And this is lesson, okay, number 4. So in this lesson, we will be taught about consoles, how to display text in console, and we will learn about errors. So these are the 3 things in lesson 4. Be with me to know what are they. So Cody here. Last time you wrote a program using a programming language for the first time. And Ricky says, yep, I was able to display words like hello and good morning. Well, do you remember what the black screen where you type in your program is called? Do you remember the black screen? What we called it? Perfect, exactly. It was called the editor, or the blackboard, or the notepad. Exactly, it's the text editor or the editor itself. So, to continue the lesson, you need to click next. So, Click in next, and here is the next part of your lesson. And here's Cody is happy about your answer. He says, great answer. You remembered it perfectly. By the way, I didn't tell you that last time, but this black screen on the right is called a console. فاكرين الشاشتين اللي كانوا موجودين عندنا اللي احنا كتبنا فيها اسمها الاديتور. طيب واللي بتظهر فيها بقى الكتابة او اللي بيظهر فيها الامر اللي احنا عايزينه اسمها console. Okay? So these are the two screens in front of you. Today, let's learn a program to display text on the console. So let's try writing good evening now. Enter the same program as below. We will write this exact same program. So first, دايما تذكر كده to copy the word. And after that, we will go down and click here to write our program. If you don't know what to do, you can view hints here. Okay, so these are hints for you to understand or to remind you of what to do. So, are you ready? Let's write our first or our second program together. So, writing console.log, and as I told you, it turns into light blue. And after that, open, perfect, and quotation marks, and click Ctrl and V or paste it. We haven't finished yet. We still have the semicolon here. We need to put it. And I think now it looks perfect. So let's check. Will we have here the good evening on the console? Let's be with me to know. Perfect. Let's continue our lesson together. So we have Ricky said, this program is the one we wrote in the previous lesson. Well, you're spot on. This program is used to display characters and numbers on the console. يبقى البروجرام اللي احنا we did it together, okay, is used to display characters and numbers. By the way, displaying something on the console is called output. يبقى الشيء النتيجة اللي بتظهر عندي اسمها output, okay, in programming terms. Okay, so look here. Well, how to output the console? How to output to the console? We need to write, okay, characters enclosed in double quotation marks. Characters, كلمة characters يقصد بيها مين؟ يقصد بيها الكلمات اللي بتبقى موجودة هنا. So these are the characters, okay, enclosed in double quotation marks, will be output to the console. So it's console.log. I got it. console.log. نحفظها كده ونحفظ حروفها كويس خالص. console.log. Can you write it without looking at the program this time? If you forgot, take a look at the hands. So we need to write good night now. I told you first, copy the word. After that, go to the editor and click here. Write console.log. Open the brackets or open the parentheses. Put the quotation marks and paste the words. At the end, put the semicolon. Scroll down and click Run Code. So now you memorize it. So remember, always to write console.log. Okay, open the two brackets, write the quotation marks, and paste the word that you need to output it on the console. And Cody here says, perfect. You type the characters and symbols correctly. Actually, if the program is even slightly different, it may not output correctly and you may get an error. Take care, okay, to write the words that he wants you to write it. Look here. So here he wants the word good night exactly. So if you write the G letter in small, okay, it will be wrong. If you write the N here in capital, it will be wrong. So that's why you need to write exactly like he wants you to write it. So don't make errors. So let's try it. Look for errors in your program. Once you find the error, click on Run Code. Let's check this code together. So here we have console.log. It's written correctly. We have the two brackets here. Good. We have the semicolon. And we have the characters, the words that say see you tomorrow. But what we have missed, exactly, it's the quotation marks. We need to put quotation mark here and at the end of the characters. Okay, so be with me, look here. So he says, look for errors in your program. Once you find the error, click on Run Code. So he wants you to see the error itself. We are not going to edit it now. Look here. It lacks quotation marks. Run code. Oh, uncode syntax error. Missing after argument list. Okay, so we made an error. He is teaching you here that we made an error. Why? Look here. So, oh, I'm getting some weird English on the console. That's the error. تقول إن في غلطة موجودة. Oh, if you look closely, you can see that the double quotation marks are missing in the program, as we already said. So if you memorize it carefully, you won't forget it, inshallah. And here is Cody says, I'm surprised you noticed. Just a missing character or a symbol like this is enough to cause an error. So be careful. So you need to write the words correctly. Don't change the letters from capital into small or things like this. Don't forget, okay, all the orders or all the instructions that you need to write in the program. So it's console.log, open the two brackets, write the two quotation marks and the characters in between. And end the line in the program with a semicolon. You may be surprised when you see an error, but don't worry. You can fix the error by modifying the program. So whenever we find an error, we can modify it. We can edit it. Don't worry about that. Let's practice modifying the program. So we made a mistake. Let's modify it together. Be with me. So here is the program that we have. It lacks two things. Do you remember? It lacks here the quotation mark and another one here. And we need to put the semicolon to end this line. Let's click here, Run Code, and it's wonderful. Okay. And here Cody says you were able to fix the program. It's easy to forget the quotation or double quotation marks in console.log, so be careful, please. And Rick here says, got it. Cody, I was able to output the console without the semicolon at the end of the program. So I already told you that we can delete or don't put the semicolon, but it's pretty recommended for you to put it. And Cody here says, Rick, well spotted. Perfect. The semicolon at the end of a program signals the end of a sentence, just like the dot or the period at the end of a program signals the end of a sentence. So it can be omitted like the period, but if you add or omit the period in a sentence, it's difficult to read it, isn't it? I won't know. Well, is it a question? Is it a sentence? Is it exclamation? Or what is it exactly? Okay? So we need to end the sentence with a period or a dot. Yes, the text is easier to read if the rules are consistent. That's right. The basic rule is to put a dot, to put a semicolon at the end of a program. So let's write our program by following the rule of putting a semicolon at the end of the program without omitting it. We told you, you can omit, you can delete it, you can not write it, but it's pretty recommended for you. It's advisable for you to write it. Okay, so the summary for this lesson is the input program can be executed and output to the console. And writing console.log brackets and two or double quotation marks will output the characters in between here. Okay? Like you can see here, we have console.log and we have here the two brackets, the double quotation marks, and the word hello. This is in the editor. So when we click run code, the console will display the word hello in front of us. So check the key points for this lesson here. Let's recap what you have learned in this lesson. Check the items below and click the Got It button. When a program entered in the editor is executed, the result is output to the console, and this is correct. To output a character to the console, enter console.log, open two brackets, double quotation marks, and the character in between. If there is a mistake in the program, an error will be displayed. Got it? Let's move to the next lesson. So this is lesson number 5. In lesson number 5, we will learn key points of the lesson. It's to leave a note in the program. How to leave a note in the program. Okay. As usual, we have Ricky and Cody. All right, this is okay. Rick, what's wrong? Well, Ricky was putting a program and he almost forgot what console.log means, which he learned recently, so he left a note in the program. Take a look. So he wrote a program here. Let's see it together. Console.log hello. And he was afraid, okay, to forget the word console. So he wrote a note, a comment for himself. When executed, the text is output to the console. He wrote it to himself, not to be displayed, okay, not to be shown to the console. So we have here Cody says, oh, you wrote a note on the first line that when executed, the text is output to the console. And Cody says, that's a very good idea, but if you write a lot of stuff in your program in a language other than your programming language, you're going to have problems. Try executing that program. So you need to write it in programming language, not on our own. Let's try it together. Click run code without modifying it. So we will click run code. Okay. Run code. Oh, we have an error here. It says uncode syntax error. Unexpected identifier executed. It means that something here that he can't understand. This sentence here, he can't understand it. He can't put it here or he can't display it here. The computer can't understand it because it's not written with the programming language. Okay? Okay, so hey, I got an error message. Come to think of it, I think I've seen a similar error before. And Cody says, do you remember? We talked about how programming uses a programming language, a special language that computers can also understand. The note that you wrote on the first line, Rick, was an error because it was a normal sentence and not written in a way that the computer could understand it. And Rick says, yes, I see, okay. I'll keep my notes in my notebook. But Cody here said, don't worry, in fact, by adding 2 slashes, remember, 2 slashes at the beginning of a line, you can leave a proper note in the programming without raising an error. Let's try it. So, to leave a comment علشان نسيب تعليق لنفسنا في البرنامج حاجة تنبهنا بشيء أو تفكرنا بشيء, we need to put 2 slashes, okay? So let's modify the first line to the same program as below. So we need to put 2 slashes here before this sentence. Okay, so we will click here and we will click 2 slashes. Have you noticed something? It's fainted. اللون بتاعها اتبهت حبة. And this means that it won't be shown here to the console. Let's check it together and click run code. Oh, when we clicked run code, what happened? He displayed the word hello. He executed the instructions here, the program. Well, what about this sentence? No. When we put 2 slashes, okay, this is the programming language. It tells the computer that this is a note for me. This is a comment for me. I don't want you to display it. So he didn't display it and displayed the word hello. Okay. Well, we have here Rick says, I left a note in the program and there are no more errors. Well, leaving notes in a program like this is called commenting. Commenting in the programming world. ليه in English عندنا تعليق أو بالعربي تعليق. So it's helpful to leave a comment when you have written a long, complex program. Let's practice more in the next lesson. So as a summary for this lesson, leaving notes in a program is called commenting, okay? To leave a comment by adding 2 slashes, okay? Placed at the beginning of each line. Well, check here. Leaving a note in a program is called a comment and is preceded by 2 slashes at the beginning of each line. Moving to the next lesson, And this is the end for this chapter, chapter 1, about comment out. How to comment something and to comment out something else. So this is what we will learn in lesson 6. Well, first comment. Oh, okay, so we have Cody here says, today we're going to practice the comments we learned in the previous lesson. Comment, you just enter 2 slashes at the beginning of a line, right? Well, you remember it well. Let's give it a try. So look here. Create your program as follows. Make a comment with the sentence greeting for the day. So we want this word or this sentence greeting for the day to not be displayed to the console. So here is greeting for the day. So what should we do? We need to put, perfect, exactly, 2 slashes before it. And once you put the 2 slashes, it fades in color. Let's click here, run code, and perfect, wonderful. So when I put 2 slashes at the beginning of the line, greeting for the day, only lines 2 and 4 were output to the console, or 2, 3, and 4. That means you were able to make the first line a comment. You can also do other things like this. Try adding 2 slashes to the beginning of the second line of the program. So whatever a line we put 2 slashes in front of it, it will disappear. It will be treated as a comment. Okay? Let's see it. So let's modify the second line of the same program as follows or as below. We want the word apple here. This program, okay, we want to make it as a comment by adding 2 slashes. So we will click here and add 2 slashes. Well, will it be displayed here? What do you think? Let's check. Run code. Well, no, it disappeared. So we have here at the console egg and milk. But apple is disappeared. Why? Because we put 2 slashes in front of it. Okay, hope you got it, inshallah. So eggs and milk were output. The apple in the second line of the program wasn't output. But why? So Cody answered, if you put 2 slashes at the beginning of the program, you can temporarily prevent that program from being executed. This is called comment out. يبقى نخلي بالنا كده كويس من comment and comment out. Comment, okay, if you want to leave a comment for yourself, you put 2 slashes in front of it. If you don't want a line or a program to be disappeared, you don't want it to be disappeared to the console, you put 2 slashes in front of it. So this is comment out, okay? I see. So you can make a program stop working. That's right. Now let's try one more practice question. Okay, so modify your program as follows. Comment out the program that outputs fish to the console. We want the console have lion, elephant, and giraffe only, but fish should be count out or comment out. So let's modify it with me. We don't want fish to be displayed. Look here. We only want lion, elephant, and giraffe. So at the beginning of this program, we will put two slashes. Two slashes. Let's run code. Great. Okay. So lion, elephant, giraffe is able to output the names of the animals. And here's code laughing. Oh, I'm surprised you noticed that. So far, we have output the console and add some comments. But does it look okay? Does everything sounds good so far? What do you think? Yes, perfect? Or you're not sure? As for me, of course, I'm perfect. Let's click next. Well, here is Ricky is happy. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Let's do our best at programming together from now on. Rest assured that we will continue to progress slowly so that we can continue to enjoy programming. So we will practice programming, okay, step by step. Then after this, we will try the review question. Try to solve them while remembering what you have learned up to this point. As a summary, if you prefix a program with two slashes, the program is temporarily not executed, and we call it comment out. Perfect. You can temporarily prevent the execution of a program by prefixing it with two slashes. Well, this session, dear students, inshallah, wait us for the review questions and we will answer all the questions with you with explanation, of course. From me, Miss Wafa, all best wishes. Thank you and goodbye.